Colin Kaepernick. Okay. Kaepernick has a lawsuit out right now against the owners, the NFL owners, saying they're in collusion against hiring him. Okay. First of all, I'm not one that's going to be out here backing the owners on everything because, let's face it, the owners aren't really concerned about the fans other than the fact that if fans don't come, they're not going to make money, okay? So let's get that out of the way first. Now, let's first of all, let's go back to Kaepernick for a second on the original. Why he kneeled, why he was kneeling for the sitting or kneeling for the flag. Here's what he said when he was asked about it. I'm not going to stand up to show pride in a flag for a country that oppresses black people and people of color. Keep that in mind, okay? Oppresses. Okay. Football players now are saying, no, you got us wrong. We're not protesting the flag or the country or the military. We're just trying to get our protests across and everything else. Kaepernick says he's protesting the country. Okay. All right. Now he goes on to say whenever they say that people aren't watching football because of your stance and everything, he says, I'm going to read this the whole way through. I would say they probably need to look in the mirror at what they value. That means the fans. You know, if the fans are okay with people being treated unfairly, being abused, being harassed, being terrorized, then the problem is more with what they're doing in their lives than it is about watching football games. So in other words, if we go to a football game, we're not supposed to be there to watch a football game. We're supposed to be there to protest against all this here, everything that's going on in the United States, or world maybe, or whatever. Keep that in mind too, because that's going to come up in a second. So, oh man, Kaepernick, he irritates me. I'm scared to death that the Browns are going to bring him in at some point, and then I'm not going to be a Browns fan anymore. So, okay, so now let's get something straight here. If he was a good football player, if he was Tom Brady, the owners would probably take a chance at bringing him in because they'd figure, okay, they're going to get fan backlash, but if they win a Super Bowl, the fans are going to, forget about everything because that's what fans do. I'm including myself on that and everything, okay? That's what fans do and everything. They kind of forget it and everything. But also along the way, he was wearing socks that were depicting cops as pigs. There are bad cops out there. How many cops are there in the United States? How many cops are there? There are going to be bad in that group. There are going to be some bad ones in that group. So according to him, since there's bad cops in a group, cops are pigs. What about pro football players? How many have been accused of domestic violence and convicted of it? And they're playing football. How many pro football players have been accused of domestic violence? So, using his analogy right there, there are pro football players that are being accused of domestic violence or that have been involved in it. They're beating women. There are football players out there that are beating women. If you hit a woman, you lose your man card, okay? But there are football players out there that are beating women. So that means some football players beating women. Football players are pigs. That's the same analogy. Now, go back to when he said about people. If you go and you don't agree with me and everything, and all you want to do is watch a football game, that means you're not concerned about all these other things that are going on. Okay, well, we just said that there's football players out there that are beating women. So that means, in reality, we shouldn't be watching football games because that means we're okay with guys beating women. It's the same analogy. It's the same thing. Now, Kaepernick, during some of these talks, was wearing a T-shirt with Castro's picture on it. There's like 6. I was going to put a picture on here, but I don't know when you can get sued or whatever. I got 6 pictures of Castro on there. Well, he got a little defensive when somebody asked him about it and everything. He said, oh, well, Malcolm X is on there too. Well, then wear a shirt with Malcolm X on it. Why do you got to have Castro on there? You talk about oppressing people. He oppressed this whole country. And you're wearing a shirt with Kaepernick, with Castro on it, and you're telling me, or you're telling the fans here and everybody else that that you're not going to show pride in the country because there's oppression going on. Wow, man, you are so screwed up. Okay. Wow, I mean, give me a. Yeah. I get upset about this, and again, I'm still worried the Browns are going to do something crazy like bring him in because there's, Okay. Here's the deal, Kaepernick. Guess what? The fans are in collusion against you, and if you don't believe it, go to profootballtalk.com. Almost every day, they have an article on there, and it's like, okay, so-and-so's quarterback hurt his finger. Maybe they should think about bringing Kaepernick in. Yeah, honest, they have them constantly and everything. Go down and look at the comments down below and look at the people and what they say. They do not want Kaepernick in the league, period. They don't. Okay? I don't want him. You don't want him. People don't want Kaepernick in the league. Okay? So, the owners would face a huge fan backlash if they brought the guy in. Now, on top of that, what if they did? What if they said, oh, man, you know what? Okay, we need a quarterback, end this controversy and everything. We're going to bring him in. I'm going to bring him in. So they bring him in. And he starts. And he sucks. Okay? He goes, and it's probably more likely the scenario. He throws 2 or 3 interceptions a game. The team can't score points. He's throwing, he's missing wide open receivers and so forth. So the owner decides that, hey, you know what? This ain't working out. I'm going to release him. Now you're going to have Kaepernick and his lawyer and his agent and who knows, and the media and who knows who else is going to come in and say, the only really reason you're releasing him is because of his stance that he was taking and everything like that. Yeah, the owners can't win on that by hiring the guy. They can't bring him in. They can't bring him in. They're going to face the fan backlash if they bring him in, and then they're going to face backlash elsewhere if they end up releasing him because he sucks. So, you know what? So again, Kaepernick, you have it all wrong. There's no collusion of the NFL owners. There is fan collusion. So, hey, get your lawyer together and sue the fans and see where that gets you.